media called it incoherent. They called it hateful slop. They said it was the sound of a sick mind trying to shock the world. And for years, they succeeded in defining the Wolf Trilogy for everyone else. But what if the shock wasn't the point? What if the crudeness, the violence, the misogyny, what if it was all just a defense mechanism? A smokescreen hiding one of the most brilliant, painful, and ultimately therapeutic narratives in modern music. This trilogy didn't just launch Tyler's career. No, it changed the very nature of widespread approval in the music industry. It taught us that sometimes you have to be hated first to be truly understood later. Hello, I'm Anthony, and today I will be taking you through a trip of Tyler's first 3 commercial albums, Bastard, Wolf, and Goblin. And in doing so, I hope to show you a greater understanding of how these aren't just crude and vulgar albums, but these are reflections of a man's mental state during the time, and how the media just took these albums at face value instead of giving them the proper due credit. To understand the point, we have to look past the lyrics, the quote, tasteless slop, and see the story. The Wolf Trilogy is a 3-part therapy session with a fictional character named Dr. TC, but it's best understood chronologically, starting with the raw and vicious anger of Bastard. Bastard introduces the mindset, ambitious, chaotic, and desperately craving attention. The violence, the cannibalism, the heinous acts, they are all performed by the alter ego Tron Cat, a manifestation of Tyler's worst, most painful emotions. He's lashing out, seeking literally any reaction. Next is Wolf. Chronologically, it's a step forward. Dr. TC sees Tyler, now the alter ego known as Wolf Haley, to Camp Flognaw. Here, the violence is less grotesque, more relational. Wolf is trying to be, quote, the guy I really want to be, but the pain is still there, now manifested through the rival Sam, a vessel for Tron Cat's emotions. The core conflict is over a girl, Salem. It ends not with Wolf killing Sam, but with Sam killing another camper named Earl. Wolf escapes the violence, ending back up in Dr. TC's office, which brings us to the actual album, Goblin, the second session. Here, the mental decay accelerates. The narratives bleed together. Tyler is confusing both the alter egos and the love interest of the previous 2 albums. This is the artist at his most vulgar and his most vulnerable. The pressure mounts. Tyler is told to kill his friends, Taco and Jasper. He kills his collective odd future. The intervention implodes. He turns on Dr. TC, screaming the core trauma, quote, nobody gave a fuck. And here's the narrative climax, the moment that proves the album is not incoherent, but structurally genius. Dr. TC responds,
someone gave a fuck, Tyler, and the person I gave a fuck was me. See, you're not going crazy. It's me, I'm your best friend, Tyler. I know everything. I know everything about you. You've been helping yourself this whole time. Your friends are just figments of your imagination. Dr. TC. See, Tyler, I'm your conscious. I'm Tron Cat. I'm Ace. I'm Wolf Haley. I'm
me.
The revelation, all of it. Tron Cat's violence, Wolf's attempt at escape, Sam's rage, the guidance of Dr. TC, it was all Tyler. Every horrifying act, every desperate plea, every line of therapy was a reflection of different parts of his own subconscious. The trilogy isn't a story about a kid being told what to do by outside forces. It's a story of a kid denying ownership over his own trauma and actions. The crude lyrics, the shocking imagery, they weren't the message. They were the shrapnel from a mind at war with itself. The Wolf Trilogy is Tyler using the microphone as a couch, forcing us to listen to the unfiltered chaos because he was desperate for attention and understanding, the very things he felt deprived of. The shock of the narrative reveal that the therapist, the aggressor, and the victim are all Tyler was brilliant, but it was missed by most of the mainstream media. For them, the only thing that mattered was the noise. Media and the public approached these albums at their most basic level, quickly labeled them as, quote, horrorcore or grunge music. News outlets treated the entire body of work as just inconvenient, incoherent, juvenile slop, with offensive lyrics existing only for the sake of being offensive. This wasn't just poor criticism, it was a fundamental refusal to engage with the artist's truth. They saw a monster, not a metaphor. They saw an offender, not an exploration of dissociative identity disorder. They created a massive rift. The fans saw the pain and the purpose, and the critics saw a dangerous trend. But here's the paradox. This backlash was foundational. By being hated, scrutinized, and even banned from certain countries, Tyler proved that his work was authentically dangerous to the status quo. He was very unapologetic and uncompromising with his vision. The very thing that media detested was what his core audience craved. He didn't secure approval through polite commercialism. He didn't secure it through defiance. He used the very crudeness of Troncat and Wolf Haley to filter out the casual listener, building a cult following whose loyalty and dedication became commercially undeniable years later. This trilogy redefined widespread approval. It proved that a cult-like devotion built on artistic honesty is more valuable than a temporary mass appeal. It showed the industry that artists could use complex, fictional narratives, not just a direct confession, to explore trauma. Tyler forced us to grow up as listeners, to look past the controversy, and demand depth. His uncompromising vision, sane vision that he created with the terrifying world of the trilogy, became the blueprint for a generation of artists who now seek to build cinematic universes and complex personas. The fact that the artist who once screamed about vulgarity and violence went on to win a Grammy for the beautiful introspective albums like Igor and Call Me If You Get Lost is the ultimate vindication. The Wolf trilogy was a painful but necessary foundation. He didn't ask for permission to be vulgar. He simply laid his trauma bare and let the truly interested listeners find the profound story hidden underneath. In doing so, Tyler the Creator showed the music world that the most beautiful art often starts by being understood.